right, here is the video review for Power Flip Optimus Prime from Transformers 1 from the big giant box of promotional figures that Hasbro sent for Transformers Day last week to celebrate the release of the film. You know how I feel about the film. It's good. Go see it if you haven't yet. If you have, go see it again. You don't have to go see it again. If you've seen it once, you know what I'm talking about. It's a good film. I really enjoyed it. But here it is. Honestly, the figure that I was like, oh, okay, another Optimus, when I was pulling it out, and I'm like, oh, and this one makes noise. And you know how I am with Optimuses that make noise. my track record with them. I think this might be the most enjoyable and fun toy that came in that box. Just to give you a heads up. Like, if you want just a good Optimus from the film, the Studio Series is fine. If you want one you can carry around with you, the Mega Change, or not the Mega Changer, the Prime Changer is actually a really solid little Optimus. If you want to have fun with it, this is really cool. And I think, like I said, represents his evolution throughout the course of the movie. Not perfectly, because there's a few things I could nitpick on this, but it's a pretty fun toy. First one of the nitpicks is, like you can see, unlike most of the other Primes, his feet do not fold down. Now, granted, his feet don't fold on the Prime Changer either, but his legs flip around, so those feet are kind of up here as the back of the cab and not sticking out here on the back of the vehicle mode. But other than that, you can see it's a big, hefty, chunky, solid vehicle mode. He does have a sword over here that allegedly can peg onto these little arm pegs here in vehicle mode, or up here on the shield from either side. I have found that the peg hole on the painted side of the sword does tend to stick a little better than the peg on the other side. And I don't know if it's just from wearing or use, because I did stick it on there a few times. It holds securely enough here, but especially here in vehicle mode, if you put it down here on the arms, the arm peg is maybe it's a little smaller than these up here. Really needs that golden side peg to be facing in, and it does kind of disguise it a little bit. But the sword's just kind of an extra accessory. If you don't want it on there, you don't have to have it, because the axe stores securely, just like all the other Primes that we've talked about, here in between the legs. And he does have a shield up here that, again, you can see is part of the vehicle mode. But it's a nice, big, chunky, powerful looking Optimus Prime, or vehicle mode here. It does have batteries in it. It does make noises, and it does have mode-specific noises. He's got vehicle mode noises, he's got Orion Pax noises, he's got Optimus Prime noises, and he's got Super Optimus Prime noises. So we'll talk about all those in turn. Right now, you just push this button right here on the front. And you'll hear him make some noises. Let's see. There we go. Whoa, that seems to be something. I don't know if that's tied to that noise or because I popped him. I shook him a little bit, because just shaking him on his own, he doesn't do the whoa. But I've heard he doesn't do it every single time he makes that noise. And
come on, let's go.
Oh, okay, there it is. So it is part of that noise. For some reason, I thought it was tied to shaking him around, like maybe he had an accelerometer in there, which seemed a little bit more advanced for this toy than I would have expected. But okay.
Come on, let's go.
Generic truck noise. Oh. Okay, so sometimes he does the whoa, sometimes he doesn't. But anyway, and then that light will stay on for a little bit. Transformation here, the first start of this is very simple. You just pop this shield cap off, which, as you can see, exposes his Orion Pax face. And then you go ahead and take the arms and bring them up and around like this. You can see how they clip together here and latch into the side. You see a little square hole thing. And the thing is, Power Flip activates his ultimate mode, and you can see kind of how this piece comes up. I don't know that I have the space to full-on flip him here under this dome of LEDs. But really, it's just when the arms come up and this red piece here rotates in that slot up to the top, that's what triggers the transformation. So even if we can't, we can still show the flip, even if we, the flip of the transformation process, even if we don't show the whole physical flip of the robot. It'll make sense when I get there, I promise. But then snap his arms up like this. And then, nope. We just move the arms. And that's the flip that's the transformational flip I'm talking about. We don't want to mess with his arms too much. But bring this forward, snap it into place. And when that snaps into place, now he's ready to be Orion Pax. These, here's where I was thinking of with the other one. You rotate him around at the thighs. Again, with the surprise reveal, don't do that yet. So be careful when moving his arms if you don't want that to happen. Because, like I said, it's not the flip, it's the actual movement of those arms up. And there, we'll take the axe out of his hand, we'll lift this up a little bit. He's a little stocky, but there is Orion Pax. His cogged version, obviously because he can transform, he wouldn't be able to turn into an alt mode if he didn't have his cog. But yeah, he's got a swivel on the head. He's got dual hinged elbows, although again, be careful with this. He's got bicep swivel, ratcheting elbows. He does have a wrist swivel, no waist swivel, but he does have dual hinge hips, no knees, and no foot articulation. But here he is as Orion Pax. And again, as Orion Pax, he will
Transform and roll out. Greetings, I am Orion Pax. Transform and roll out. Nice work.
Thank you.
Nice work. Transform and roll out.
Doesn't have a whole lot of things. Also, if you want, it will get in the way of some stuff later on, but you can store the, once you get him into robot mode, that can peg into the back there and stay attached. I think you can stay attached through the next step of transformation. But there he is as Orion Pax. And then from there, you can rotate his smokestacks upwards, push this lift this up right here, and then, yeah, basically you just kind of come back here, pull the whole, and when you pull the whole you lift this up, and when you pull the whole torso up,
Transform and roll out.
like that, his head flips forward, and the matrix flips forward, and then the chest pops up, and then you can rotate these, and then you have Optimus Prime in his robot mode.
I am Optimus Prime.
For the Primes.
I am Optimus Prime.
And again, I could probably hit this. Maybe there's another random quote.
Cog of conversion. I feel.
Well, okay. Cog of conversion. I feel whole. I don't know why they're calling him Cog of conversion. I know why they're calling him Cog of conversion, but it's silly. And in this mode, you can use some of his weapons. You can attach this onto his arm as a shield with a peg right there. He can hold the sword. And he also has an axe weapon, which only pegs in like this as a side axe. So if you want him to hold it, you have to peg it in to his hand and then rotate his hand. I guess it works a little better on that side to have the axe in like an actual attack mode. So it probably does look a little better over here. But yeah, you can give him his axe, his sword. And then, as you've already seen, like if you grab his arms and give him a flip, I don't think I have the room to do it all here. The whole super armor will flip out. Oh yeah, see, I didn't have that. He didn't go all the way around. But then the super armor comes up, and then you can extend his legs to make him even taller, and you've got a super mode Optimus Prime. Which again can wield all the weapons and the shield. Honestly, at this point, the shield is kind of doing him some favors because by the time you get to this really tall mode, he's really lanky. He's got a big head and like really long legs and really skinny arms that don't match the rest of his body. But it's an armored up Prime, and then he's got more,
The matrix of leadership.
which he does have now. You'll notice here is in his chest.
Prime power armor.
You don't see this armor in the film, just FYI.
We stand together. We stand Prime power armor.
Okay.
The matrix of leadership.
So I feel like that's probably all of his voice clips here in this mode. I took the batteries out for several days while I played with him and learned to transform him. I put them back in for this review. I'll probably take them back out again. He uses 3 LR44s, and a lot of Transformers use those, so I'll just hang on to them and use them when needed. But like all the other ones, like I was saying, Matrix of Leadership, you can clearly see here in his chest. And like all the other ones, you can flip this up, and it is removable. And if you lift his arm up, he does actually have a slot. It's under his thumb, but you can actually slot that into his hand and have him hold the Matrix of Leadership. So it is a main part of the movie. So it makes sense that all these figures are coming with it. But it's nice that they included removable matrices on like pretty much all the primes that they put out. Maybe not the little robot battlers, Rock'em Sock'em robot analog things they did. I don't think he has a removable matrix, but yeah. So yeah, without the detriments of trying to transform it from behind the camera, all in all, it's a pretty fun Optimus Prime figure. I love the way he just kind of keeps getting bigger and bulking up as he goes through the various levels of enhancement here on the toy. The noises, again, and I will say, if you take I put the noises on so you can see them and hear them as a demonstration. If you take the batteries out, he's just as fun as a figure without the noises. I mean, maybe not for a little kid who wants to run around annoying their parents, but he's a nice display Optimus, and he's just fun to mess around with. I just think as a toy, this is a really fun toy that does a pretty good job of representing Orion Pax / Optimus throughout the film. So yeah, I'm really happy they sent it. I'm glad I got to check it out. I feel like this never would have made it into my house just seeing it on the shelf. And I'm glad they sent it along in the box because I'm actually been having a lot of fun with it the last week or so. But anyway, there is Power Flip Optimus Prime. He's fun. So if you're looking for a new Optimus for your shelf, you could do worse. And the movie's, like I said, the movie's really good. I really enjoyed it, and I hope everybody who wants to see it gets a chance to see it. And I hope that we get more out of that universe. They did a really good job, and I'd love to see where the story goes from there. So there's Power Flip Optimus Prime. Thanks for watching. Not sure what'll be coming next, but hopefully Commander Class Optimus. I hope I can get my hands on one of them soonish because I'm seeing everybody get him, and I'm super jealous because he looks really cool. Still looking for that Commander Class Ultra Magnus. Fingers crossed he gets a quiet reissue or at some point becomes available. Hasbro, if you're watching, I will pay you for one if you have one sitting around the warehouse that you would be willing to sell me, because I really want that Commander Class Ultra Magnus and a Commander Class Optimus Prime. Again, not asking for freebies. I'll pay you, but I gotta get my hands on them boys. Anyway, take it easy. Have a good night or good day whenever you're watching this, and I will talk at you soon.